Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the playoffs, NGS Season 11. We are in the semifinals, and tonight we have an epic showdown. I've been looking forward to this one since I first cast these two teams a long time ago. Back in, I think it was like week 2 or 3. I have no idea how long ago that one was, but tonight we are going up. The number 1 seed Deep Fried Ming Balls are going up against the number 4 team Wood League Express. I am Isex. Welcome to the channel. Park it here. Get your drinks. Get ready for an amazing night of heroes. Looks like everybody in chat is just going crazy already. So hyped for this. I am super stoked for it as well. Cannot forget to go with Mini Paxia dropping in the subs already. Mini Paxia, thank you so much for all of these subs, subscribing at tier 1 for 3 months in advance. Holy guacamole. Thank you so much. And throwing out the subs to everyone. Look at this. Let's get a hype train going already before the match has even begun. We've got the subs. We've got the cheering. Give it out for your fans. I am super excited. I'm so glad everybody in chat is excited as well. Thank you all so much for these subs coming in. This is absolutely insane. I am ready to get this thing going, and I am going to get you guys on over to the map screen so you can see where we are going tonight. So coming in, Deep Fried Ming Balls were that number 1 seed. They got to choose the choice between first map or first pick. They elected to go with first hero pick, giving Wood League Express the choice for the map pick. Silver Arrow now coming in, giving in some gifts. He's got to play here in a second, but giving out some subs as well. This is awesome to see. Welcome, and thank you so much, Silver Arrow. Appreciate it. So, getting back to it, Wood League Express, they started off our bans tonight, and they banned out Infernal Shrines and Towers of Doom. Deep Fried Ming Balls, meanwhile, they banned out in Cursed Hollow and Garden of Terror. I was joking with the teams. I tried to predict the 4 maps that were coming out here in advance, and it was 3 for 4. I missed one of the maps. We may play on one of these maps tonight, but with all of that coming in, the map that we are going to go to first is going to be that Battlefield of Eternity. El Taquito coming in with a follow. Thank you so much. And Fizz Wiz coming in with the tank of drink, man. I will gladly take that drink for you. Gonna redeem that real quick. All right. Got that drink redeemed, getting the water going down. Make sure I'm staying hydrated for this match. But both of these teams are in the lobby getting ready to go. I am going to let these teams know that I myself am ready, and I am super excited. Like, once Wood League Express picked it, Deep Fried Ming Balls are like, oh, we know Ice loves to cast this map, and I absolutely do love to cast this map. Battlefield of Eternity is probably my favorite map to play and cast at the same time. So much can go into this draft phase, going for race, going for team fight, and this map forces teams to just duke it out over the middle objective all of the time. So I am really excited that we're going to go on to Battlefield of Eternity. Gonna look to see where some of these target bans may come out. I know Li Ming is a highly contested pick between these two teams, as is Chromie. So we'll see if those get focused for the bans or if they get snuck through and the teams elect to pick them up. Other things that we've seen in the top lane, we've seen a lot of Gazlo come out in this series between these two teams. We have also seen quite a bit of Garrosh coming out between these two teams. Garrosh, one of the best champions for this map. We want to see what these two teams elect to go for, what they decide to choose. Man, these two teams are just having fun in the draft chat as well. I don't know what exactly we're waiting for entirely, but there's a lot of history that goes back. Both of these teams, for those who do not know, Division E West was a double round robin system. So these teams have played twice. Deep Fried Ming Balls came away with the victories in both of those series, but that's all hearsay. That's history. That doesn't necessarily matter because now we're in the playoffs and this one's for all the marbles. This one is the one that ultimately counts. All of that practice is going to be put into this match. These teams have had about 2 weeks to prep for each other, getting ready for this match. They've had 2 series already where they've played against each other, tried to feel out what works on either side. And we are getting some readies starting to pop out here in the lobby, getting the countdown here started shortly. and we should get this game one underway. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. I am absolutely super stoked to be casting this one tonight. And let's get it off. Battlefield of Eternity, gonna be that first map. DeepFriedMingBalls' name is so long that it actually had to separate the lines between the number 1 and the name DeepFriedMingBalls. So last time these two teams played, Valera was actually pulled out by the Hen on Volskaya Foundry. One of his more niche picks, he plays a very good Valera, and it seemed to give a lot of trouble to the side of Wood League Express. And I say that because Battlefield of Eternity, with that huge opening between the two different lanes, Valera can absolutely cause a lot of chaos on a map like Battlefield of Eternity, where you always have to factor in the possibility of an invisible champion roaming up into your lane if you're in that off lane. So you either have to play a very, very safe off laner in that top lane, or you have to just ban it outright if you are too scared to play into that Valera. But Mal'Ganis gonna get the first ban here. One of those heavy picks by the side of Wood League Express. They run a Mal'Ganis with double mage comp to some pretty good success. So Mal'Ganis gonna get the ban out here. Mephisto gonna be banned. That is a target ban towards Silver Arrow, who brings out quite a few target bans towards himself, playing a Mephisto and Orphea to a pretty high level, meaning that those two bans are usually focused, although I do know that Ice Queen plays the Orphea as well, so maybe that one will be let through. Malfurion getting the ban out here. I believe these are the same bans that DeepFriedMingBalls banned out in their last series against Wood League Express. Not wanting to see the Mal'Ganis, not wanting to see the Malfurion. The roots at level 1 with the sleep to follow up seems to be a very critical crowd control combo that Wood League Express like to run, get that extra crowd control to set up some big picks with their mage. But Mephisto is usually one of the high bans, and then that second one could be the Orphea. It's actually going to be the Cho. Maybe worried that there's a little bit of Cho'Gall play that's been shown by the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. Maybe have been practicing a lot, but the Hen picking up Varian right away. Interesting that they've banned out the Malfurion already and go with that first pick Varian. That means Stukov can be stolen away by the side of Wood League Express, and then you've lost 2 of the 3 most critical point and clicks. Now you can do it with an Anduin as well. It's a little bit of a delay, but Anduin can still follow up very nicely with the Varian taunt, and you can also do it with an Uther, get that double front line. But with Tychus still on the board, you may not want it to be that Uther. You may want to go with something a little squishier, but we do see the Leoric and Vala being picked up. Vala, known on Battlefield of Eternity for her race potential. Leoric going to go into that off lane. Has a very favorable matchup into most matchups in the top lane, especially the Sonya, since the Sonya is left available. But that Varian's going to be an off lane Varian. Going to go up top lane with the Twin Blades. May's going to be that main tank, so they aren't going to necessarily need to have the Anduin or Uther to follow up for a taunt. This is going to be a race Varian, and Raynor picked up for the race on the side of DeepFriedMingBalls as well. I want to see the Maiev Deathwing. Actually, with this comp starting off from the side of DeepFriedMingBalls, the Deathwing is actually a pretty solid pick as long as it doesn't get banned out here. No real percent damage yet with the Raynor. Now, if they pick it up in this next rotation, they could always pick up a Greymane to follow it up. They could always pick up some sort of percent damage like the Tychus, so that the Deathwing wouldn't necessarily be a threat. But knowing that Silver Arrow is going to maybe lean towards this Li Ming now that it has not been banned out, we'll see how the side of Wood League Express like to play this one out here and where they're going to go with their next picks. I anticipate they're going to go healer and probably their main tank here and save that last pick for the potential Deathwing, but I don't know if anybody that's left plays a Deathwing. I think High Admiral is the one who does play Deathwing, so we probably won't see the Maiev Deathwing. Saraloth, known for that Maiev play, has been practicing and bringing it out lately, but it is going to be the Orphea and Brightwing coming out from the side of Wood League Express. So like we said, Orphea not necessarily banned out because Ice Queen plays it as well, so she's going to steal the Orphea away from Silver Arrow, but that means Li Ming is available, and there are a lot of squishy targets on the side of Wood League Express for a Li Ming combo, and also provides a lot better race than an Orphea necessarily would. Li going to be there to give the blinds over to the Vala, and it will be that Li Ming picked up by Arrow here as that last pick. flex. So now we get to see what this last flex is going to come in from Band-Aid. They're looking for their main take. Deathwing still is a pretty viable option here. Li-Ming will be able to punish the Deathwing a little bit with her single target burst damage that she can put out, but I anticipate looking for a more standard, looking at Johanna, looking at potentially the Garrosh. It hasn't been banned out yet. They have a pretty good amount of burst with the Vala and Orphea to follow up on any tossed targets, looking at you, Raynor. So, but it's going to be that Diablo instead. Going to get the Lord of Terror in here, get some combo stuns into and around the defense area for the side of Wood League Express. So, looking at these comps, it's going to be that Varian Leoric up in the top lane. I anticipate Leoric is going to do well when Varian gets that Twin Blades at 4. He's going to have a little bit of anti-heal with him, so it's going to prevent Leoric from stealing as much health with that Drain Hope. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, I mean, there's a lot of burst potential coming out from Wood League Express, but there's also a fair amount coming out from the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. If Mei can get a lot of these stuns in her own Blizzard, she's going to be able to set Li-Ming up for some very juicy combinations, and Raynor's going to have a pretty significant burst to follow it up as well once the Li-Ming is finished with their combo. So you got to give respect, and it's pretty much going to go to who is making the plays for the picks between these two teams. Both teams are going to be able to blow up whoever they pick. It's just a matter of can they find that target that they are looking for. But without further ado, match one, getting it underway. On the blue side, we have the DeepFriedMingBalls. We got Silver Arrow on that Li-Ming. We got the Hen sitting on the Varian. We got Elixir coming over here on the Mei. We got Mrs. So-and-so, or Miss So-and-so on the Lily. And we got Kirkcaro. Why do I always mess up its name? Kirkcaro 66 on the Raynor going to the top lane. Meanwhile, on the side of Wood League Express, the trains are out. They are in the caboose. Seraloth did not get the memo. He can't really mount up on the Brightwing, but we got Ice Queen on the Orphea. We got Novabot sitting there on that Vala. We got High Admiral on the Leoric. We got Band-Aid on the Diablo. They're all kind of a little messed up right now. And we've got, as mentioned, Seraloth sitting there on the Brightwing. Gonna go in to this bot lane. That's where we'll spend most of the time. The spray coming out, Li-Ming checking these bush. Varian is gonna be in that bot lane on the Hen, so we are gonna see, maybe it is gonna eventually be a taunt Varian after all. They put Raynor up in this top lane, so you know they have the Raynor Li-Ming for race, so they could go this heavy double frontline combination with the Varian and the Mei and just try and lock down one target for Li-Ming. And the Diablo actually gets the flip onto the Mei, but for the Diablo, or the Li-Ming and the Raynor in these big 5v5 team fights there. But Varian actually did go for the High King's Quest at level 1. Probably would be important to look at that, so that's probably not going to be that taunt Varian. It's probably going to be, I wonder if it's going to actually be Colossal Smash. It could be that Colossal Smash trying to get onto this Orphea or onto this Brightwing, but we got Novabot coming up, looking for a gank onto the Raynor. Raynor is able to pop the Inspire, get himself back to safety, and that means DeepFriedMingBalls have the 4v3 advantage here in the bot lane. Diablo getting those souls stacked up. May want to try and get these, you know, with that Devil's Due at level 1. He's going to get extra healing there, but this camp going to be picked up pretty uncontested by the side of Wood League Express. They look like they're trying to position down for it now, but I don't think they'll get in here in time. The camp is going to be stolen away by the side of DeepFriedMingBalls, and that is going to give them a nice little cushion here in this bot lane for Li-Ming to continue to poke away with those orbs. Meanwhile, Vala gonna enjoy this top lane. It has a much better matchup than the Leoric does against the Raynor. Leoric just not able to do much, having to poke from range. You know, a melee versus a range, not a huge matchup that Leoric would be wanting to go into. Lots of fans from both sides. I love it. Keep the flares coming out. Keep cheering your teams on. This is gonna be such a great match between these two teams. Actually, we do see Vala in the top lane. Goes and takes down the Raynor. So that is first blood. I missed it. Was looking too much on what was going on. We see Mei actually getting popped the passive, and that is 2 kills picked up by the side of Wood League Express. A nice start for the trains coming out here. And now we've got a nice little experience advantage coming in for the side of Wood League Express. Good picks coming out overall. Diablo going to continue to get those souls stacking. Sitting at 39 right now. Raynor starting up the camp for his own team. Orphea and Brightwing going to head over and pick up their camp as well. And that's going to set them up for pretty good timers here. I mean, the side of DeepFriedMingBalls are going to have a much better timer. Woodley Express, they're a little bit behind the timer. Actually, way behind on this timer. These Immortals are going to spawn here quick, so if the side of DeepFriedMingBalls go ahead and go on the aggression, they're going to get a nice lead going into this first halftime show here. We still have the camp being finalized, and we have mana pool very low for Ice Queen, so this is going to be a big first pickup. They need to just kind of delay, defend, and wait for Ice Queen to get her mana back up. But Diablo actually going to go and commit himself to the charge. The stun goes out on the Brightwing, and now Variant coming in. Brightwing got caught way out there, and that is going to be a return kill going over to the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. That means they're going to have the 5v4. They're going to get this burn, and that's going to be first Immortal going over to the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. Meanwhile, they got the bot lane pushing pretty heavy there. The side of Woodley Express, they got a nice push as well, so neither team answering the pushes quite yet. Brightwing will be able to teleport herself in fairly quickly, but Vala going to go up, see if she can get a push going to the top lane. DeepFriedMingBalls weren't able to get their minion pushing here in the bot lane, and we're going to see this first objective going top. Got some choo-choos coming out in the chat. Love to see it. Here comes this first Immortal. Gonna push down. Has a fairly healthy shield going on so far. Sitting at about half health on the shield. That's gonna be a little bit difficult. Vala's gonna be able to poke it down. Has the Q build, so she'll be able to put down the damage from range. As long as they stay out of the blue circles of death, they should be okay to get this down to melee range, and it should die before this fort falls. We'll see the stun coming out from the Immortal. Catches Saraloth, does not have the blink yet, so has to walk himself away, able to pop the passive, get himself to safety, and this Immortal continues to fall. Nobody posturing up. Mei sitting a little too far back right now to get the posturing off, but with the Orpheus sitting at pretty much 0 mana, this is going to be just something that everybody can back themselves away from. Meanwhile, we got Varian going up against the Leoric here in the bot lane. Did go with that Twin Blades here, and now we see Diablo and Mei starting to pick some engages out here in the top lane for their teams. Both teams gonna back themselves off. Orpheus still sitting fairly low in that mana so far. Gonna have to find a way to get that picked up. But now with Variants having these Twin Blades available, gonna be able to bully this Leoric down a little bit better. Silver Arrow getting some big damage onto the backline of the side of Woodley Express. Meanwhile, Raynor and Miss So-and-so on the Lily are able to pick up the camp pretty much uncontested there, as everybody had to kind of scatter and keep away from this Li Ming. We do see Varian and Leoric. I mean, this is going to start to favor Varian more and more the longer this fight goes on. Leoric does not have necessarily the healing capabilities around that Twin Blade, so he's going to have to just settle to farm under his own tower, as Varian is going to be able to get a little bit of a pushing pressure here, and the race pressure as well. But Saraloth getting fairly low on that Brightwing, going to slow heal himself back up, may be able to back and just teleport himself in, but ends up taking the tapping on the fountain. And both teams now going to back themselves up and get ready for the second Immortal phase coming up. Level 8's pretty much even Steven in the experience realm so far. And we're just waiting for these two teams. It looks like Vala going to go try and sneak this bottom camp out, see if she can get a little bit of more pressure in the bot. That's going to mean that they're going to give away this early siege again to the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. With the Li Ming, you got to be very, very careful around that. Diablo looking like he wants to try and pick a fight, but the 5-man army is here for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. Big stun going down onto the Diablo, and that will be a kill going over for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. Woodley Express, they were able to pick up that camp in the bot with the Vala, but again, they're a little bit behind on the Immortal fight, and Diablo, it still has 10 seconds until he's alive, so it's going to have to be a pretty hefty defense with this Leoric. Li Ming is not here. She is clearing out that bot wave, so the rest of the team, if they were ever trying to find a good fight, this would be it. Mei gonna get the Blizzard down, but doesn't find it onto the target she's looking for. Leoric using the Wraith Walk, a big stun coming in from the Immortal, but unfortunately everybody from DeepFriedMingBalls able to get themselves away. Diablo incoming. Vala a little aggressive on the positioning there, but able to vault herself away from that leaving W. Big knockback coming in from the Diablo here. Vala's not here to follow up the damage, but there's enough coming in from Ice Queen on that Orphea, and that will be a pickup for the side of Woodley Express. But now 10s are online for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. We'll see if they're able to get any picks with their ultimates online. Actually, Diablo jumping in way deep here. May have bitten off a little more than they could chew. Li Ming starting the burn here. They still do not have their 10s on their side of Woodley Express yet. They're trying to get that last little bit of soak. Meanwhile, Raynor gonna start this burn again. Diablo coming him, trying to get some sort of stop here. Didn't get it the first stun, and Leoric throws down the Entomb, doesn't find anybody there, and this Immortal sitting at 130 health. Everybody's trying to get it. The Polymorph goes down. Big damage and stun onto both the Lily and the Mei there. Mei trying to get herself through the passive, but the damage being thrown down. Icewall going to come in, catch Seraloth in the back. Meanwhile, Diablo gets stunned out as well. Viarian jumping all the way in on the Vala with no mana. That is not going to allow her to vault herself to safety. Brightwing actually lands the Blink heal and is able to get that Vala to safety. Leoric will trade his life, but this Immortal going to come down to this bot lane, and it's going to continue to push pretty significantly. Look at the shield on that Immortal. Big second pickup coming in from the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. I know a lot of the ultimates got tossed out there, but we can go over the rest. Varian going to go for that Warbringer, going to be able to dive to his own teammates. Raynor actually going with the Banshees, the Raynor Raider, instead of the Hyperion there. We've got Disintegrate coming in from the Li Ming, Icewall from the Mei, and the Jug of 1,000 Cups coming in from that Lili. Diablo is going to get stunned out here. The Immortal stun going down as well, but everybody on Wood League Express able to get themselves away. Will be able to back up and defend under this keep wall. Meanwhile, on the side, ooh, never mind. Icewall coming down, catches the Brightwing and also catches the Orphea. Brightwing does not have the Blink heal available. It's on cooldown for 1 more second, so that will be Brightwing traded away. That means that this is the push continuing for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. They are able to get this entire wall down and will continue to siege this up. Ultimates selection for the side of Wood League Express. Eternal Feast coming in from the Orphea, Entomb out of that Leoric, Blink heal from the Brightwing, APOC coming in from the Diablo, and the Rain Vengeance coming in from the Vala. Diablo sniffing this out. Band-Aid looking like he wants to try and find another pick here. Trying to scout this out. Brightwing is here. This could be a potential engage. We got the Leoric, the Eternal Feast going down. Hen still taking damage on that Varian, but everybody grouped up. Li Ming getting massive value here with everybody clumped together. The Jug of 1,000 Cups somehow, some way kept everybody alive. Big 3-man APOC, but a huge Icewall return by the Mei. Catches both the Diablo and the Leoric. Leoric able to get himself away. Diablo walks, but Vala in a little bit of trouble. Does not get knocked back. The damage coming in. Disintegrate gonna follow, and that's 1 kill, 2 kills for the Li Ming. Gets the resets, does not have the mana, and this is going to be 2 kills going over to the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. Of note, Wood League Express did pick up that camp. So even though they weren't able to get the kills, they did get the camp steal with the Orphea zoning everybody off with that Eternal Feast. And now everybody gonna gather themselves together, only about 3/4 of a level behind on the side of Wood League Express. Their main goal right now, it's only 6-3 in kills. They are down structure advantage in the bot lane, but if they get their 13s online, they could find a good fight around their own Immortal in the second halftime phase in order to get themselves a pretty good defense and maybe get this Immortal in their favor. I think their main goal right now is to clear this minion wave out in the bot lane, get their 13s, give up the halftime show, maybe even give up this top fort, which it looks like the side of Wood League Express is going to, or sorry, DeepFriedMingBalls is going to go get. But this has to get answered. Vala actually coming up, but she's very far out there. The Ice Wall coming down does not connect. Leoric lands the Entomb. Diablo follows up, but there's going to be a 2-man stun. Leoric is absolutely shredded. Diablo follows in tow. The Jugs are being plenty provided by the Li Ming there, or the Lili there, and Li Ming putting down just absolutely massive amounts of damage. 4 kills coming over to the side of DeepFriedMingBalls, and that is going to give this Immortal priority to the side of DeepFriedMingBalls as well. Meanwhile, this bottom camp never got addressed, so they're gonna have to go and get this. Thankfully, it is Orphea alive. She will be able to clear that out fairly quickly, but now 13s are online. If you're the side of Wood League Express, you're looking for some sort of big defense around this objective before the 16s come online. Vala and Brightwing both going to get themselves live. This is going to be a fully shielded Immortal in Phase 3. Defensible, but you're going to lose a keep for it. The point is, can you find the kills that you're looking for and get this experience gap nullified a little bit and play around that last surviving keep? The keep is going to be, the Immortal's going to go into this top lane. This keep will fall in this top lane, but the rest of the team are going to have to find some way to get a couple kills. And it's going to have to start with this Diablo or this Leoric Entomb. Here comes the Immortal phase. and it's going to be a really, really rough defense coming in here. We'll see what they can find. Band-Aid's looking like he's trying to find something. Maybe wait. Ooh, Ice Queen gets caught out by the variant. Disintegrate comes out. Brightwing didn't even get the teleport off there. That was a big kill onto the Orphea, getting a little too far out in front of her own wall there. APOC being thrown down. Diablo catches the Li, excuse me, I almost said the Li Ming there, but that is already one kill onto one of the biggest damage sources coming out from the side of Woodley Express. This Immortal is still very healthy, and this might be a core call coming in for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. Vala going to do everything she can. Leoric going to try and get himself away with that Wraith Walk, doesn't get stunned out there, and the Diablo trying to get the stun onto the variant. Leoric actually does fall. It gives a reset to the Li Ming, and this Immortal is still having full shield. This is going to be, looks like, game one going over. It's going to be this last heroic defense coming out from the side of Woodley Express, but Orphea goes down. Raynor going to die to the tower there. Saraloth going to try and get away on the Brightwing, but that will be it. Core goes down. GG's coming out. Game one going over to the DeepFriedMingBalls. And I got another Take a Drink Man coming in from Breathe Lieutenant, or Breathe It, I'm guessing. I don't know if that's an I or an L, so it could be Lieutenant or It, but I'm going to call it Breathe It there. So let me get that drink redeemed for you real quick. All right, got that drink redemption in. Looking at some of these stats, Li Ming putting out an absolutely insane amount of damage. 74k coming in from Silver Arrow. As expected, Li Ming does do fairly well on Battlefield of Eternity. Going to be able to get a lot of damage put out from safety, and the longer these fights go with the defense, the more damage Li Ming is going to be able to put out here. Healing coming out, pretty respectable numbers coming in from both of these healers. Diablo did get a couple critical APOCs there, but unfortunately the APOCs were just timed around a point where the rest of the team had already backed off, or one of the members of his assassins had already died there. So the biggest thing, it looked like the Entomb APOC combo just wasn't quite syncing up as well as the side of Woodley Express wanted to, which is where Orphea was relying on. Orphea's like, if you guys land that, I'm going to put my Eternal Feast down there. I'm going to throw my E, throw my Q, throw a W, and they are going to melt if we can get it, even on the variant. If they could have gotten that, since variant did not go parry at 10, if they could have gotten that on the variant, the May, the Raynor, like that would have been shredded. Lily could not keep all three of those targets alive, even with the jugs, if they could have landed that combo, but it just didn't seem like it was able to sync up quite enough. Vala was trying to put out as much damage as she could, maybe got a little overextended at some points. Vala known as one of the squishiest characters in the game. Thankfully, Variant didn't go taunt, but Variant could still jump in, and with the burst that Li Ming could provide out, if Variant could get that slow onto the Vala, Li Ming knew she had a target that it was a lot easier to land that full combination on, especially post 10 when she had the Disintegrate available as well. And then you could see like the game was pretty close pre-10, but once we got post 10, that second Immortal phase really seemed to be that nail in the coffin there. And then going to fight over that third Immortal phase in the first halftime show, when they were all kind of still spread out there, instead of just clearing out the bot lane siege minions and then going and fighting over the halftime show, they probably would have lost the top tower, the top fort, since that's what the side of DeepFriedMingBalls were pushing. But ultimately electing to go for the defense and then the 4-man kill, that seemed to start this snowball and pick this game's pace up a little bit there. But looking at some of these talents, for those who are interested, I know somebody called out Orb build on Li Ming. If I had predictions there for that, you would have gotten all the points. Glass Cannon actually picked up at level 13 there, which could have made her a very, very squishy target if they landed the Entomb on the Li Ming and were able to get the Diablo to land the stun with that. That would have been a very, very dead Li Ming. Pretty standard builds. I'm looking out for the rest of these teams. Orphea going for the passive build, actually taking the Determination at level 13. Leoric's pretty standard. Brightwing pretty standard. Vala for this map pretty standard, going for that Hungry Arrow, but they didn't really get much chance. That's one thing to note. Vala didn't get necessarily the opportunity to shine, since Woodley Express never got to race very well. They were always trying to defend, and Vala, well, look, it put out a decent amount of damage. It's more notorious for that race potential. If they were able to find like one pick, like they got May a couple times, if they could have gotten the Vala to go and do the race, this Q build from Vala just absolutely shreds the Immortal. But let's get you guys on over back to the map screen so you can see what we have available. Sorry. I was looking through. I got a whole new setup thing going. And so now I got to double check and see what we got available here. But looking at a lot of these maps that are left, so Wood League Express, they will get the choice between first pick hero or map pick. And looking at a lot of these maps, there's a lot of small maps. Volskaya, Tomb of the Spider Queen, Dragonshire, and Braxis. I mean, Alteric Pass is the only big map. All the big maps really got banned out. Or just played. You know, the Battlefield Eternity, again, one of those other big maps just got played. But Volskaya, I mean, if you're looking for, like, if you're on the side of Wood League Express trying to think about what your game plan is going to be going forward, they had a pretty strong early game. So maybe, you know, there's two ways they can look at this. Either we liked our early game there, we want to continue on with our early game. So they want to pick a map that is more dependent on the strength of the early game. So looking at you, Braxis, for an example, like Braxis Holdout, known for one of those maps that if a team has a very strong early game, it's one of the maps they often go to because they can snowball that map pretty quickly. Otherwise, if they want to play more for the late game, like be like, okay, you know, we were falling behind, but we like some of our late game team fighting. We want to get to 20. Now we're looking at Alteric Pass and Volskaya Foundry, where both of those maps can sometimes go all the way. Well, Volskaya Foundry for sure, and Alteric Pass usually as well. Both maps go almost all the way to level 20 in those two maps, and so both that those maps could be picked up by the side of Wood League Express if they want to try and find a very strong late game team composition and see if they can beat DeepFriedMingBalls in the late game as well. Dragonshire and Tomb of the Spider Queen, those are two maps that can, you know, get snowbally if the team is able to get a lot with those first few objectives. But can also go late as well. Dragonshire has a very strong delay mechanic to it. So just waiting to hear what's going on. Got the invite here. It is going to be Wood League Express electing to go with map pick here in game number 2, and they are going to go with the Alteric Pass. Oops, sorry, I put that as DeepFriedMingBalls. That's going to be Wood League Express. So Wood League Express wanting to run back map pick again, get their second choice. And Alteric Pass is probably one of the you know, having casted Wood League Express like I think like 3 or 4 times this season. Alteric Pass is one of their most comfortable maps. It's one of the maps they know the timers very well. They know the rotations very well. It seems to be one of their stronger maps that they could play on. And so it is a map that is available to them. However, DeepFriedMingBalls, they have played the map quite a bit as well. So it could be both these teams coming out to shine here. I know Wood League Express has been practicing a couple different compositions. We'll see if they elect to pull one of those out here that they haven't necessarily shown throughout the season. But I know DeepFriedMingBalls, they have a couple tricks up their sleeve as well. You know, being able to talk to these teams throughout the season and watch them develop. I know both of these teams have some quirky cards up their sleeves that they may try and pull out here, but we're getting the countdown underway already. We're going to get here into this map number 2. Alteric Pass is where it's going to be the last big map available in this rotation. And here we go. It's going to be interesting now to see if the teams decide to adapt their bans or keep it the same. I anticipate DeepFriedMingBalls are going to come out with the exact same bans here. The one caveat is they're going to get rid of the Mal'Ganis hands down. That's not going to get through. They could change the Malfurion out for a Chromie ban. Because Chromie does fairly well on Alteric Pass. There's the Mal'Ganis. I knew that one was coming. And I know Wood League Express, they're going to get rid of Mephisto. There's no question about that. But they may change up that second ban. They got rid of that Cho as a second ban. But they're actually going to get rid of Garrosh here. So a completely new ban. Wasn't played in game 1. Wasn't banned in game 1. And now getting banned here in game number 2. Got some big DeepFriedMingBalls fans coming out in the chat. I love it. I'm going to just browse through chat while we get the rest of this underway. See if I missed anything here. A couple comments on Diablo. No Mephisto ban, actually. That is really curious. That is really, really curious coming out. So I'm wondering if DeepFriedMingBalls are like sitting here going, they didn't ban Mephisto. Silver Arrow loves Mephisto. Do we pick it up? My question is, did Woodley Express not ban Mephisto because they are confident in a potential build that they've developed around the Mephisto? These are now next level mind games. Mephisto has been pretty much a permanent ban against DeepFriedMingBalls this season. And not getting banned out here in game number 2. Very curious. But Leoric gonna get picked up by Hooli. Hooli going with that Leoric in the top lane. Did not play in game 1, I don't believe. Subbing in for the offlaner. Subbing in for Raynor. But Brightwing and Jaina picked up by Seraloth and Novabot. Brightwing bringing a lot of global pressure to a map like Alterac Pass. Jaina, one of Novabot's more comfortable champions, plays a very mean Jaina, is able to get a lot of damage put down, and is good on a team fight objective map. But May going to be picked up by Elixir here yet again. An Arrow getting that Mephisto. He does lock it in. So now I'm curious. DeepFriedMingBalls get the Mephisto they've always wanted. What does Woodley Express have up their sleeve that they want to respond with? There is one champion who shall not be named that has not been picked up nor banned yet. We'll see if it gets through. Lily gonna get banned out here. Gotta give props over to so-and-so. Played a pretty good Lily in that last game. Saved a lot of lives with those cups. No Orphea ban coming in for Relay. Yeah, no Orphea ban yet. It gets banned. Dang it. The champion who should not be named gets banned. Murky getting banned away. High Admiral sitting there like, come on, man. I just want to play it once. There's no way DeepFriedMingBalls are letting that through. They've seen what happens when you let the Murky through. But the next bit Hicks coming in for the side. Gazlo and Orphea. This is that composition that they have loved to run. The double mage composition. They've run it several times in the past. They're going to try and do it here again. It's on Alterac Passes, always where they run it at. Rhaegar being picked up by Miss So-and-so. Will the Valera, the hen, holding on. Will he pick up his Valera into a double mage? Very, very strong matchup. Valera does very well into double mage. And there it is. Valera getting locked in by the hen. Crizzo coming in saying, here comes the Valera. I believe that was definitely said before the Valera was picked up. So Crizzo knowing, I gotta say that right. Crizzo, or I guess the H part, coming in, identifying the Valera. So this is gonna be fun. This is like both teams getting their champions that they love. You know, that they've wanted to run all season long. A Nubarak going to be picked up by Band-Aid to round out this composition. But Arrow wants his Mephisto. Hen wants his Valera. Ice Queen wants Orphea. Novabot wants Jaina. Woodley Express wants double mage comp. DeepFriedMingBalls want, you know, just this wombo that they always develop. You know, May and Leoric are going to just have a field day setting up Mephisto for this Dirts of Hate. So it's going to be insane. Sparks are going to fly here in game number 2. I am looking forward to a potential game number 3. But let's get everybody starting to throw out their flair in chat. If you want to see this go all the way to a game number 3, Wood League Express fans, start giving out your support. Throw up your cheers for your team. If you want to see this end in the 2-0 and see DeepFriedMingBalls go to the finals, start your shout-outs for the number 1 seed here. Looking for the 2-0 sweep. It is the DeepFriedMingBalls getting introduced. We have Silver Arrow on the Mephisto, Elixir sitting on that May, Hooli on that Leoric, the Hen on his Valera, and Miss So-and-so sitting on the Rhaegar. Meanwhile, on the side of Red Team, fighting for their season lives in the semifinals, we got Wood League Express. We've got High Admiral on the Gazlo, Seraloth on that Brightwing, Novabot sitting on the Jaina, Ice Queen on the Orphea, and Band-Aid on that Anubarak. And here we go. Lots of stuff coming out in the chat. Love to see it. Get these teams meeting up here in the middle. Jaina going for that extra chill. Going to be able to keep Valeera a little at bay with that, especially if she gets the armor, extra armor at level 4. Mephisto going to go for that quest. Unyielding power, trying to get that Q stacked all the way up for the Ming Balls. Love it. And here we go. We've got Jaina going to the bot lane, trying to get an early start to these waves in the bot lane. Gazlo trying to do the same in the top lane. Woodley Express not wanting to fight, electing just to go and get the farm, try to get themselves ahead. Nubrak actually getting a 2-man knockup there, but Mephisto going to be able to put down a lot of damage with that ring. That lightning ring is just absolutely devastating coming out of the Mephisto. Going to be able to put down a lot of damage into these mages in the background if he can position himself just right, but we got to be careful in the bot lane. Nova bot, Hen jumping all the way and putting down some serious damage, not able to finish it off all the way, and Jaina going to get herself back to safety, but that was a lot of damage. Meanwhile, both teams going over and starting off their camps. Ming Balls are grabbing up their camp here. We've got the Woodley Express grabbing their camps in the bot. Not Vela dropping the follow. Thank you so much for dropping the follow. Definitely appreciate it. Sorry, during matches I have my subscribers and followers announcements turned off, but I always notice it. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the channel. Hope you enjoy a lot of playoff action coming over the next couple of weeks. I think this is my second playoff game, actually. I haven't had a chance to cast many playoffs yet this season, but once we get to the finals, then it'll start cooking up and we'll get some good best of 5s coming out in the playoffs. But we've got the blue team DeepFriedMingBalls pushing in. A Nubrak trying to burrow in, get some knockups there, throws down the Impale, and Orphea able to put down a respectable amount of damage to follow. Unfortunately, Jaina getting bullied around by the Valeera in the bot lane. As expected, Jaina not going to have the best matchup there. At 4, elects to go for the extra mana regen instead of the armor at level 4. So she's going to get punished by this Valeera just a little bit more, especially in the post-10 era. Valeera going to be able to put down a little more damage onto the Jaina. But once Jaina is able to get her ice block, get that quest completed, she will be able to just push 1 the second Valeera comes out. But look at this. Valeera just putting down so much damage on Jaina. Jaina having to back up again, go get a recall. And now these teams going to see if they elect to go for the camps, which it looks like Rhaegar is setting himself up for a camp pickup. Both camps are within a couple seconds of each other. And see if these teams elect to just forego this first objective until they get to that level 10. Just continue to soak up that experience. But we see Gazlo rotating down, so it looks like the side of Woodley Express, they're going to be the aggressors here. We got DeepFriedMingBalls picking up the camp. Woodley Express, they haven't picked up theirs yet, and they've got Gazlo rotating down, so I'm wondering if they're going to go ahead and rotate down into this bot lane, or if they're going to go try and pick up this camp. Now Gazlo's rotating back up, so a camp call has been made. Nubrak going to try and clear this out, but that means DeepFriedMingBalls, they have the advantage on picking up this objective if they can. We'll see how quickly Orphea and Brightwing, they have 30 seconds, so it's no rush at this point. Maybe trying to get their 7s online. But they got to get this camp done quick. Saralath, Orpheus should start heading down right now. Saralath can teleport himself in. And now the 7's online for the side of Woodley Express. Here comes the Gazlo, 13 seconds to go. Nubrak getting himself in position to burrow in. Jaina rotating herself up. We've got a fight coming in, and we've got a Nubrak burrowing himself all the way and catches the mate, but the Mephisto able to get so much damage, and everybody just has to run themselves away. This objective is finished. Nobody is following this one up, and that is going to be the first objective picked up by the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. Big pickup coming in. The first objective usually doesn't do too much devastating damage as long as nobody dies. Hen trying to make sure that somebody dies here in this top lane, trying to get some damage, but Gazlo can take a little bit of a beating here in the top lane. Huli actually taking a beating from the Jaina here as well. Novabot unfortunately missing the Q there, so does not get that follow-up slow onto Leoric. But usually this first objective only picking up the front walls. And that will be, ooh, Jaina looking, trying, and she does. First blood coming out for the side of Woodley Express. Jaina able to get that last Q, missed the one earlier, but makes that one hit home and gets first blood for the side of Woodley Express. big pickup in the bot lane. That's going to be some nice experience going over for the side of, and Nubrak actually burrowing all the way in. The big impale coming in, but Orphea did miss the chomp, doesn't land the W onto those 2 knocked up targets, and so that will be everybody on DeepFriedMingBalls backing up. And now we're going to have to see if High Admiral can get some of this soak advantage. It's almost a full level lead coming out, getting that first blood experience and getting a little bit more soak. This High Admiral getting a little bit more than the Valera. And Woodley Express, even though they didn't get the first objective, are sitting in a very good position right now. Got a solid defense, didn't really lose much, lost the full wall and towers, but only lost the wall in the bot lane and nothing here in the top lane. So overall, a pretty solid defense coming in this first matchup. Nubrak trying to find the Mephisto, gets the combo, the polymorph comes in. A lot of damage being put down onto the Mephisto here, but Mephisto has not reached his final form yet. Actually taking down a pretty significant beating. Band-Aid's keeping him in eye. There goes the Cocoon. Valera is under, but no follow-up committed to yet. Now they're committing to it. The Valera gonna get knocked around. Orphea trying to get in and do any damage she can. Silver Arrow getting a bunch of damage put down on him, but Orphea does not land the Q. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Jaina going toe-to-toe against this Mei. Not as great of a matchup for the Jaina now, but High Admiral getting bullied around by the Leoric just a wee bit. 10's online for both teams. We got Gravel Bomb picked up by the Gazlo, Cocoon by the Anubarak, Eternal Feast by this Orphea, Water Elemental by the Jaina, and we got Blink Heal coming in from the Brightwing. Meanwhile, on the side of the blue team, Valera going with that Smoke Bomb. We got Dirts of Hatred coming out from the Mephisto. Ice Wall again from the Mei. Mephisto going in, trying to get some damage onto the Jaina. We've got the Ancestral Healing from the Rhaegar, and we got the March of the Black King. I always want to call it Neil Peasants. That's the level 4 talent right here. It's the level 10 is the March of the Black King, and picked up by the Leoric. And here we go, second objective underway. 1-0 in kills so far. And Wood League Express gonna get their camp on timers yet again. We'll see what Wood League Express elect to do here, if they're going to go ahead and try and contest this second objective, or if they're going to go play the map like they've been playing this entire game and give up objective for maybe a boss pickup. But it looks like both teams are going to go for a full-on objective contention. We've got the Dirts of Hatred coming out, landing on the Anubarak. The Gap Bomb going down, catches 3 members. The Eternal Feast is going down. Anubarak and Gazlo have already fallen, however. Big damage being put down. Jaina is got to get herself away. Orphea able to do so. Rhaegar trying to get on the hunt, jumps onto the Jaina. Ice Wall going out, but does not catch anybody. The channel being finished by the Mephisto, and that was an insane amount of damage being put down by Silver Arrow there. Able to get both of these tanks absolutely shredded. The good news is Ultimate is still online for the Anubarak, and he will be back before this objective is finished. So all we have to do for Wood League Express is get back in here and contest this as another group of 5. The Grab Bomb with a 3-man Grab Bomb. I thought they were going to be able to get some big damage put out, but unfortunately they just weren't quite able to get it. The channel has started, but we really don't need that. We need to get the kills. There's a 2-man knockup coming in from the Anubarak. Another 2-man Impale. Hooli's sitting at like no health. Dirts of Hatred comes out, lands onto the Anubarak. Mephisto putting out an insane amount of damage. The Eternal Feast getting thrown down, does not land. The Shade being used beautifully there, but Mephisto has no more escape skills. Jaina's got the freeze on him. The Anubarak jumping in, catches the Mephisto, but Valera just jumping in deep on this backline and is putting down the Smoke Bomb. Meanwhile, Orphea is going to continue to try to put this fight on in the top lane. The Ice Wall landing on both Gazlo and the Orphea. Mephisto putting down the Shade. Not quite yet, as elected just to go with the ring. Anubarak coming all the way and gets a burrow. The March of the Black King being popped by the Leoric only gets to 1 target. The Water Elemental continuing to push past Novabot way up in front, and now Orphea able to put down some serious damage. Grazlo able to put the damage down onto the Leoric as well. Everybody's sitting so low. A big stun coming into the Orphea, and now Wood League Express are sitting just way too low on a lot of resources. They have to back up and give this away. A lot of fighting going on there for no kills. Nothing died in that entire skirmish. That is absolutely insane. And now Gazlo is just going to try and delay while the rest of the team tops off their resource pool and gets back for another fight. And here we go. The channel is going to start here for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. Will they get the interrupt on Leoric? They don't, so that's going to get finished off. Gazlo walked in with almost no health. Band-Aid, unfortunately, not able to land the burrow there, and so a little bit of miscommunication maybe coming in from the side of Woodley Express. Maybe they were trying to get up their 13s, and Gazlo just wasn't quite in position to interrupt that channel by Leoric. Overcommitted just a wee bit, and that is going to be the objective picked up again by the side of Woodley Express. With the Gazlo being down, they may actually get at least one fort, maybe two. I anticipate this mid fort is going to go down. We'll see what Woodley Express can do to defend it, but if they commit a ton of resources here, Leoric is going to get a very strong push going in this bot lane. And it looks like it's going to be a 4-man defense coming in, so Leoric will have free reign. That means the bottom fort will actually fall. We'll see how much they can defend here in this mid lane. And we do see the Ice Wall coming down onto the Orphe. They catch her, but no follow-up is able to be committed there. Big stun coming out onto the Gazlo, but they do clear out the objective with only about a quarter, little over a quarter, between a quarter and a half, so we'll say a third. Nubrak has to just get himself away here. Got some good damage done onto this top objective, and they should be able to clear this out. So only the bottom fort. So again, a pretty good defense coming in for Woodley Express. DeepFriedMingBalls, they're still committing to this fight in the top lane. If they can find a pick here, DeepFriedMingBalls are going to have a very good time. But a big Gravo drop there, and a 2-man stun as well. May is taking a couple shots, but that Ancestral Healing is absolutely devastating. Tops May all the way off, and that is going to be it. Leoric looking like he wants to get some sort of flank here with the March of the Black King, but the combo landing onto Mephisto pops the shade, but Orpheus just going to sit there and eat him. Nubrak actually getting the damage. Mephisto somehow escapes. The damage wasn't put down onto the Mephisto when he came back to his shade, and now this is a 2-man Ice Wall. Endurance of Hatred get a combo very nicely with that, and Valera able to just clean things up. 3 kills to none coming in for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls, and man, you got to go back and watch to see what happened. Mephisto shaded himself away, so he was sitting. He was gonna pop back in right into the middle of all members of Woodley Express. So you thought he for sure was gonna die, but somehow just walks himself out. The Orphea Janet didn't put down the damage enough onto the Mephisto, and he was able to just get himself away. And then meanwhile, the Ice Wall was absolutely clutch. Being able to combo Endurance of Hatred off of an Ice Wall just led to 2 free kills. So the combinations coming out for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls looking very clean. Woodley Express, they've got some of these orchestrated. Gazlo's landed a few major grab bombs. If they could find one of those grab bombs and have Jaina and Orphea in the perfect position to follow it up, they're going to get some big damage and maybe get one of these fights turned around. But so far, since that first blood, it's been all DeepFriedMingBalls in this mid portion of the game, similar to how it showed out in game number 1. DeepFriedMingBalls going to go for the double boss play here, which actually gives the side of Woodley Express a chance to get their 16s. You know, the double boss play, it's not necessarily a bad play, but I would have loved to have potentially seen them put a little pressure with that first boss that was picked up. Maybe see if they could get another pick or something with that boss while they had the 16 advantage. Now they don't have the 16 advantage. Well, they still have it for a few more seconds. But once this bottom boss is cleaned up, the 16 advantage will be gone, and so it'll allow the side of Woodley Express to maybe find a fight on an even talent tier yet again. Breathe It's coming in with another redemption of Take a Drink Man. While we have a little bit of a pause in the action, I will definitely get that drink redeemed real quick. I know everybody, we got the comment a while ago, like, how do we know you took a drink? Trust me, I always take the drink, and I will have the camera available for Season 12. It will not be in here for Season 11, unfortunately, sorry. But for Season 12, the camera and the setup will be there. But Rhaegar getting caught out here. Big damage. They committed the grab bomb. Maybe didn't need to commit that, but Rhaegar is gone. There's no healer alive. If Saralath can do major healing here, this could be the turnaround that Woodley Express is looking for. Eternal Feast being thrown down onto the Leoric. Silver Arrow very low on the Mephisto. Going to go down as well. Saralath's just got to heal everybody up, and this is going to be the objective picked up by the side of Woodley Express. At least I anticipate it. 50 seconds. Mephisto's on a 40-second death timer, so if they can get this channeled right now and delay, they could be able to get this. Nexus Gaming Series coming in with a party of 61. Welcome, everybody. That is a ton of people coming out. Glad you all could make it. We are in game number 2 of the Division E West semifinals between the #1 seed DeepFriedMingBalls and the #4 seed Wood League Express. DeepFriedMingBalls have been putting the pressure on in this game too, trying to close out the series, but Wood League Express just had a massive team fight, able to pick off 2 kills, and are now looking to bounce back here. All of their lanes are pushed heavily into their bases there, so they're gonna have to find some way to get that pushed out. But maybe they can find some sort of kill here. Lurik gets it. No, he doesn't get the ancestral healing off, and the grab bomb lands onto the Mei as well. Mei gets herself blown away with the ice slide, but we do see another big pickup and a staggered death going over for Wood League Express. That's going to secure them this objective, and now it's their chance. They have a little bit of a window. They're going to have to go get these lanes cleared and start pushing these lanes out, but if they can get these lanes pushed out, they're going to be able to... Oh, we do see actually a gank going down in the bot lane. Ooh, I thought that Nubrak may have saved High Admiral there, but unfortunately didn't. I believe that was the Hen calling out, and Mephisto was able to follow it up. I saw it happening on the minimap, not quite sure how that transpired with the actual combination there, but I think it was Valeera caught somebody out, got the stun down. Mephisto was able to jump on top of it. We could see the Brightwing trying to teleport in, just wasn't quite fast enough. And so that means this big objective they picked up is going to be more of a delay objective than an ultimate pickup, and try and get some map pressure there. The rest of the team pushing out pretty far. All 5 members are here, so I'm anticipating a backup. Brightwing so far ahead, but he does know the Valeera is out of stealth, so not too worried about the stun combo. Liort going up to the top lane. Everybody else going to go to this bot lane. But another big grab bomb was picked up by that Gazlo, and we'll see if they can get some sort of good fight here. Bandit actually trying to find a fight, gets a 2-man impale there. The rest of the team trying to follow up. Jaina looking like she's trying to get a little bit of aggressive here. Endurance of Hate coming out. Jaina pops a beautiful ice ring, but unfortunately the Nubarak got hit with it and spread it over to Jaina. A big Endurance of Hatred spread coming out from Mephisto, now putting down a ton of damage. Nubarak trying to go back in, gets the knock up onto Valeera, but she's in the smoke bomb. That means she's going to get fully healed by the Ancestral. Huge ice wall coming in here. Look at the damage coming out. The grab bomb going down, catches 2 targets. Gazlo actually getting a very big grab bomb there and is able to get himself away. Big play coming in from the Gazlo. It looked like it was going to be an MVP kind of play from the side of DeepFriedMingBalls, but it's actually the Gazlo that comes in shining there. Big pickup, and that saves everybody's lives. So again, the delay is on. It's the race to 20 now for the side of Wood League Express. They got to sit back. They got to find some way to farm. The boss is going to be picked up. They're not going to be able to stop that. There's no way you can contest it with the Jaina being down. Just set up your defenses. They're probably going to end up losing this keep. That's okay. You know, since they've been their backs up against the wall, only losing 1 keep at this point is a pretty big win if you're the side of Wood League Express. And they're going to get a nice little push out here in the mid lane. I'd like to see maybe somebody like Orphea rotate, since they know, see if she can get some good pressure going down into this bot lane, but it doesn't look like she's going to be able to. Meanwhile, Arrow looking like he's trying to find some sort of fight here. Gets the slow onto the Nubarak. Everybody backing up, and now we do see the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. What I wanted to see them do before when they had the talent tier advantage. Now they're doing it. Now they're pushing with the boss instead of going for the bot boss play, meaning that they're going to be able to pick a pretty big fight with their 20 talent tiers, storm talent tiers available, and the side of Wood League Express do not have theirs. This boss, I do not believe, ends the game. If you're Wood League Express, be comfortable giving up the keep here. Just back up, do as much damage to the boss as you can. The delay for 20 is your pretty much win condition, getting yourself back in this game. You got to sit back, be a little comfortable giving up this keep. Big Endurance of Hatred being popped out by the Mephisto there. Jaina actually pops the ice block. Grab bomb may save the Jaina here, does not save the Jaina, but catches 4. Orphea able to get a lot of damage with the Crushing Jaws. If they can finish off this boss, it's going to be close. They do have to address the minion wave in the mid lane. But we'll see. The boss has picked up. The timer difference is probably going to be about 6 seconds. Yeah, it's going to be 6 seconds from when Jaina spawns to when this objective will be picked up. And this is a big, big objective. If you're a Wood League Express fan, you want to see them start this delay around 10 seconds when Jaina's almost alive, and see if they can just delay it long enough for Jaina to get there. But this is a big, big pickup for the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. That's exactly what I wanted to see them do when they had the 16 talent tier advantage. Get a push with that boss, find a pick play. Mephisto found it over the wall, and now they're able to get this. Ooh, we do see the Hen getting onto the Gazlo in the back lane. Meanwhile, trying to continue to push in here on the Valeera. Big stuns coming out from the Gazlo yet again. Gazlo providing a lot of disengage. This objective is being channeled. It's going to get finished. It's not going to get here in time. The delay wasn't quite set up. Maybe they're going to look for find some sort of pick play, or they're just going to set up for a defense here in the mid lane. Not necessarily a bad option. Get this bot lane pushed out a little bit so you can give yourself a little bit of breathing room and try and stagger these bosses. The mid lane is the shortest lane, so the mid boss will get there first. Band-Aid's got to be very careful here. Oh, Leoric did land it, and Sarah teleported all the way in with the blink heal. The Hen was looking for that pick play, did not find it. And now we're going to see if these teams can create some sort of siege pressure. It's going to be a defense under the keep here for the side of Wood League Express. DeepFriedMingBalls looking to see if they can close out this game with this last objective. Arrow jumping all the way in on that Mephisto. We do see the shred go down onto the Orphea. A huge grab bomb yet again. Saraloth gets the blink off in time. The Jaina is able to put down the Blizzard, put down so much damage. Orphea somehow gets away. A two-man stun coming in, followed up with the Eternal Crushing Jaw, or the Eternal Feast coming in from the Orphea. The objective is pushing up in the top lane, but the mid has been stalled out and nobody has died yet. This is a big delay coming in for Wood League Express, but they got to get back on the boss. Everybody running back. Jaina trying to one-man show this, push everybody off by herself while the rest of the team clears the boss. The boss is at 15k right now. The objective is starting to melt. We'll see if the side of the DeepFriedMingBalls are going to try to end here, if they'll back off. Looks like they're calling for the end. The boss will start regenerating health. Hen sitting fairly low on the Valeera, but Mephisto putting down some damage. Gazlo is not here yet. Has to rotate himself up, but Nubrak jumps in, catches Huli. Leoric is going to go down. 7k left on this boss. He has no armor. A big stun coming down. A big Endurance of Hatred as well. Mephisto getting so much value here. The Orphea is the first to fall, and this is going to be it. GG's coming out. Game 2 going over to DeepFriedMingBalls. Man, that push to win was just absolutely well played by the side of DeepFriedMingBalls. It looked like at several times they were just jumping in a little too aggressively there, and the side of Wood League Express was getting away. I mean, Orphea escaped twice by the skin of her teeth. Grab bombs were just insane by the Gazlo there, landing 3 and 4 man grab bombs all game, but just didn't look like they could find a way to get those assassins in the best position to follow up that 3-man grab bomb. I mean, you're looking for, when that hits with the double mage, dropping the Blizzard, dropping the E, dropping the Eternal Feast, and just melting everybody caught into it, but they couldn't quite, that Valeera was able to cause enough chaos getting into those positions that Orphea and Jaina were always too hesitant to step too far forward and get caught out by the Mephisto and Valeera. So big games coming out, but ultimately it will be DeepFriedMingBalls coming in with the victory. A much closer game number 2 between these two teams. And I mean, all credit to Wood League Express. I mean, I've gotten to cast a lot of their games. They have definitely come into another form here in this season. From where they started to where they've come, it's been an absolute pleasure to watch them adapt and grow as a team. DeepFriedMingBalls, they are looking very fierce, and they are now going to have a final showdown, I believe, against Flint Tropics here in the D or E West finals. But let me see if I can get an interview with the Hen. Where is he? There he is. I'm going to see if I can get this interview going. Hello? Hello? May have a mic issue here going on, or sound issue. He's in the lobby with me. I swear I'm not talking to a wall. Well, I actually am talking to a wall. But I can't hear him. Give me 1 second while we figure out some of these technical difficulties, folks. It says he can't hear me either. Interesting. All right, let's try to jump up into a different channel, see if that works.
Hello?
Ah, there we go. See? We just had to go to a different channel.
There we are.
There we are. Captain Hen, congratulations. Deep Fried Ming Balls getting the 2-0 victory here in game number, or sorry, it's the semifinals, not game
Yes.
number two. This is the semifinals. What am I talking about? How's it feel? How's the team doing?
Yeah, we had a last-minute internet problem with one of our main healers and tanks, so Sil was unable to play tonight, which was a bit of a bummer. But yeah, I think we love playing with League Express. They're so much fun to play, and they're really nice guys. So yeah, always a pleasure to do battle with them.
Yeah, it was super this is the third showdown you guys have had. I don't know if I cast all three or just two of them.
No, you've done all three.
I did all three. Okay, that's right. I did all three. So I did all three of the deep fried Ming balls against Wood League Express, and it's just been so fun to watch how close these matches have become. Like both these teams have gotten so much data on each other, and both teams have just really evolved as the seasons progress. It's been a lot of fun watching the two of you kind of go back and forth at it in these matches. But you guys had a lot of scouting on them, so talk about a little bit about what the team's plan was going into this match specifically against Wood League Express, and how you approached the pick and ban phase in the for the maps before the match even began, and then going into that Battlefield of Eternity.
Yeah, it's actually it's our first Battlefield of Eternity match on NGS, and it's a map we don't play a lot of, so we were a little bit worried going into that. So obviously denying the variant pretty early on because we know High Admiral's got a mean variant up his sleeve. But really, and you would have seen it in both games, it's that Malfurion, Mal'Ganis sleep lockdown combo that these guys get so much value out of that we just didn't want to see. So, and that is scouting. That's just purely from watching their matches against other teams and just seeing how much ass they've been able to kick. There's a reason they're in the semifinals, and I think that comp has done them a lot of service through this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, after say I was curious because I know you guys have seen it, been on the receiving end of it, and seen it being executed against other teams. So once I saw the Malganis Malferi coming out, I was curious. I was like, this has got to just be this is their bands in all three games. There's no way they're letting this combination come out because it is something that Woodley Express has worked on very well and execute pretty well. But you mentioned the variant. Was the variant always the plan, knowing that you were going to Battlefield of Eternity? We are like, we want variant because we know if we don't take it, they're going to steal. They're going to lock it.
That was the assumption, and I mean, I don't know obviously what their plan going in was, but yeah, like I said, we know High Admiral's got a really good variant up his sleeve, and I've been practicing with him a little bit, so I'd like to think I can hold my own now. But yeah, we know he's got good race potential, and the variant Rainer was really key to winning that map. We just wanted to get the objectives and get the push.
Yeah, so the race was set up fairly well for your team. They had their own fair race, but where the success seemed to come for the deep fried Ming balls, and maybe this was the strat going in, you guys seem to always find a way to create pressure 5 to 10 seconds before the immortals even spawned. Like you guys were on the hunt all the time trying to find that pick, and then the Vala really just was never able to get to their own immortal to start that race. So was that always the plan, or did that just kind of fall into your guys' lap in that mid game?
We got lucky with a couple of rotations at the right time, I think. But definitely, I mean, yeah, Vala was by far and away their hyper carry and their objective clear. So uh, poor Nova bot was definitely our target for the first match going in.
Okay. And so then we get to what I would consider the pivot point in Battlefield Eternity, because it looked like Wood League Express actually came out guns blazing. Like they got, I believe, the first two kills in that match. Solo kill in the top lane and then a pick in the bot lane. So it looked like Wood League Express were coming to play. We're a little ahead in the experience. You guys got two immortals, which helped you get some little bit of macro pressure. But that third immortal phase, you pick up your own camp, and instead of going for the immortal burn, the team makes the call to go top. And was it just let's go top, get the fort, and go back to the immortal, or was it let's go top and try to create a play? Because all of a sudden here comes Wood League Express, and instead of sounding the retreat, instead we sound the all steam, full steam ahead kind of deal, and end up getting 4 kills.
Yeah, so that fort was, you could pretty much sneeze on it and it would go down. And the objective spawned in the defensive position for Wood League Express. You're quite right. The XP was pretty close at that point as well. So for us, it was just get a bit more map pressure, get those catapults spawning, and then take the objective on our own terms. So yeah, that was exactly the strategy behind that point.
Yeah, and so after that point seemed like everything kind of just was this slow collective play from Deep Fried Ming Balls that we've come to see over the season, able to just kind of slowly choke out the opponents with the macro pressure you're able to create, never really relenting any of your own. I mean, got to give the shout out Deep Fried Ming Balls. You have to see it at least once every series. Li Ming making an appearance here in game number one. I mean, was that Silver Arrow going? Yep, I want it.
We needed a bit more burst damage with the comp. Ming's got reasonable race potential, but we looked at it with Varian and Rainer, and we're just like, nah, let's just throw out some spicy Ming balls into the team fights and get that extra damage out there. So yeah, no, and you're quite right. At least one game, we've got to get her out there.
Got it. I mean, it's the namesake. You got to throw the Leeming in at one point during the game. But so game one ends. Game two's on the rise. Wood League Express wants map pick, and they take you guys to what's Wood League Express's probably favorite map. At least one of the ones they execute very well on, and they also get the composition that they typically run. They didn't get the Malfurion Mal'Ganis, but they got the double mage with the beefy front line that they're looking for, and the Gazlo catching the grab bombs. So knowing that that's what they were running, you guys got Mephisto as well, which I was and Valir. I was really curious how you guys got both of those, but knowing that that was their composition, how did you guys adapt your play to that kind of a style in order to be successful in that second game?
Um, yeah. So I mean, I'll be honest. We were really pretty much to the second, definitely with Mephisto and Valera, really thinking of whether they were the right calls. Um, I love to play Valera against squishy comps, and double mage lets her really shine. But we were looking at a number of different things, and I guess if you've been a fly on the wall in our Discord chat, there's a lot of back and forth and quite frantic choosing. So I think it worked out well for us in the end. Really, I think what we really wanted to see was the Leoric and the May.
Hmm.
And once we had both of those secure, we were a little bit more flexible in the rest of our picks.
Okay, so yeah, I was curious as well because it seems like Mephisto's permanent auto ban against the deep fried Ming balls, and they let it through. So I was curious if Wood League Express had something up, like a card up their sleeve, that they're like, "Hey, we've got an answer to the Mephisto. We're almost daring Arrow to take it there," which he did eventually.
Yeah, and he was a little bit nervous going into it. And of course, then Anubrak comes out as well. And Noob is a great counter to Mephisto when he shades. You can
Hmm.
use your E and stun him. Um, so yeah, and look, I think with a little bit more practice, Band Aid on Anubrak is going to be a real force to be reckoned with. That most majors in Div E should tremble in fear of.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
again, I think we just experience on that map, experience with our comps. We were able to pull it away in the end.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was absolutely great to see. It looked like the game was kind of molding out the same way that game one did, where Wood League Express came out swinging. They got first blood yet again. But the mid game, it's like deep fried Ming balls get their tens online, and suddenly it's like, all right, let's start winning this game. Get a lot of pressure created, and it seemed to be going all in your favor until suddenly it wasn't. What happened in that mid to late game team fight where you guys were pretty much done with the objective up in that top objective, and then all of a sudden here comes Wood League Express getting two kills and trying to get an objective of their own, or I
Um,
believe it was bottom objective.
yeah, yeah. So from memory, I think we lost our healer and we lost Mephisto in that fight,
Yes.
and we were just desperately trying to run away and regroup. I think they just rotated really well on us. They picked the fight at the right time. We were a little bit out of place, and they took it away from us. So, um, they did a really good mid game turnaround, and we lost the objective because of that.
Yeah, and it looked like it was potentially going to be Wood League Express's way back into it, but then I didn't catch it on camera. I saw it on the mini map developing, but I didn't think you guys were going to catch him. I thought everybody was mounted, but somehow, some way, I don't know if it was you got a stun and then Mephisto followed up, or Mephisto got a like a Dirts of Hatred or something.
Hmm.
But you get that pick onto, I believe it was
The
Gazlow.
Gaslow,
Yeah,
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 that
you get
was.
the pick.
And I don't know if you saw that. Silver hit that, and I was like desperately just trying to get off and get the cheap shot to follow up with the stun, and I was like getting body blocked by my own teammates trying to get through the get through the bushes. Everyone was trying to be a bit too sneaky. It was all over the place. But yeah, I just as soon as that range extension kicked in on Valera, I could make the jump, and yeah, then we just finished him off, and I think that was the turning point on that objective.
Yeah, that was huge because it turned into. I'm guessing it was the Dirts of Hatred that landed from the Mephisto then, but
Yeah.
it turned from what I was envisioning, like everybody just mounts up, regroups, and now we've got a 5v4 situation because Leoric was dead at that time. 5v4 with a push coming out for Woodley Express suddenly turns into a 4v4, and 20 seconds later 5v4. So it comes from this, Woodley Express got their foot back in the door to now it's becoming more of just a delay mechanism rather than a push mechanism kind of deal.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess when I've been in that situation, I think you take away, well, at least we denied the opposite team the camp, right? So I mean,
Correct.
if DeepFriedMingBalls have had that camp, then the pressure would have been that much harder, and then it becomes an even more difficult place to come back from. So, it's unfortunate for Wood League Express. We got that kill on Gaz as he was getting himself back into position, and then that let us almost take the, like, I don't know how much of it was on camera, but we literally rode right up and met them at the gates as the cavalry was starting to come out, um, and just take advantage of that level lead and that that 5v4.
Yeah. Well, awesome. All right. So, got to give the. I have to look through. Chat's been absolutely insane tonight. I love to see when everybody comes out and just gives so much credit. I gotta give Bonkai and LD on TTV both props for the raids. I'm sorry that the game had ended before you guys got in here, but you missed a great one. The VOD will be up, but a lot of Deep Fried Ming Balls fan coming in here, giving you guys all sorts of praise and support here. And then we got Breathe It coming in saying, Hen, you got to get some fish and chips at Bondi's Best is on him this next week. So you won yourself not only the series, but free fish and chips from Breathe It as well. But
Love it. And in true Australian fashion, breathe out. We've had one COVID case in Sydney, so unfortunately, we'll be standing up when we eat our fish and chips because we are hypersensitive to COVID over in Australia. As
well,
long as you can eat them standing up, that's fine with me, baby.
there you go. As long as you can eat them standing up. Alrighty. Catman, before I go, two last questions. You've been on the interview stage with me a couple times. First things first, who do you think was the team MVP tonight?
Oh, it is always a tricky one. I think. I mean, I've got to give it to Hooley. He was away for a few weeks for us, just taking care of study and everything else, and came back in tonight to play for the first time in a while. He didn't let us down. He's a great kid. He didn't throw any diva bombs onto anyone this
I
time, so
know, I know. No
it's
garage.
improvement.
Hooli.
Well, they banned Garrosh
They
as soon as
did.
they saw him, so I like that. His reputation precedes him, and then they banned Cho'Gall as well, which is his other sneaky character he likes to
Yeah.
use. But it was great to have him back on the team. Great to hear his voice back in comms, and really good to play with him. So yeah, I think I've given everybody a bit of a shout out now, but yeah, I think Hurley deserves it this time around.
All right, give it to Julio. I mean, if I get the chance to cast the Div E finals, I'm definitely gonna make sure that I have that meme back in the clip rotation coming in here. Gotta
Beautiful.
gotta have it. It's so great. But last things last, I'm gonna open up everything. The floor is yours. Any shout outs you'd like to give? Take it away.
Yeah, I think first things first, and a huge thanks to Wood League Express. Just personally, have been one of my favorite teams to play this season, and I know everybody on Deep Fried Ming Balls really loves playing against them as well. I think High Admiral, Ice Queen, Seralath, Novabot, and Band Aid. You guys are awesome. Like you're so much fun to play with, and I think if there was a most improved and or a most progress made or whatever you'd call it, I think Wood League Express would take it. It's a real it's a badge of honor for them to be in the semifinals, and I think they really deserve to be there. So yeah, that's first. I think, and again, Ice, to you, mate, as well. I mean, you're one of my favorite casters. I love what you
Aw,
do. It's true, buddy.
thanks.
You've cast all our Woodley Express games, so it's very fitting that you took us on tonight as well. I saw, I think the room at its biggest had nearly 100 people in it, which is huge for us. Like we've never seen that many people in one of our casted games before. So, thanks everybody for tuning in, and I'm sure you'd agree with me that Ice did a fantastic job tonight. And I think as well, mate, like it's your kid's birthday. You've put him to bed. I hope the birthday was great. But
It was
for
fantastic.
that's awesome. And to come out and cast our game after you've had a big family commitment as well. It's really appreciated. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure.
Other than that, I guess Look, a few other teams that have been really great to play with and work with. I do want to call out Bull Moose Party. We don't get to see you guys in the season anymore, but I think I've received a few messages from them because there's been a lot of chat around whether DeepFriedMingBalls is accurately placed, and we've had a little bit of negative feedback from other players and so forth. And Bull Moose Party have just been really good at keeping level heads and defending us and sending us nice messages and things like that as well. So, guys, it is appreciated, and thank you very much. And I guess just to Flint Tropics, ASOP will have to schedule that match, and we'll see you in the next week. And you better bring it, buddy.
All right, I love that the interview ended with a little bit of spice going to this finals showdown. It is going to be an insane finals matchup. I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely watching it, if not casting it. But
I
Captain
hope you're
Hen,
casting it.
what's that?
I hope you're casting it, mate. I'll let you know when we secure it, and you can have first dibs on the time and date.
Well, yeah, you guys with the finals. They're always assignments are handed out by headcasters because it will be a best of 5 and it will be streamed on NGS. So that will be decided by the casting committee. We will do all of that stuff down the road. But like I said, I hope I get it. I'm definitely going to apply for it if it is a time that works with my work schedule. But for tonight, Captain 10, thank you so much for coming in, dropping the interview. Always a pleasure talking with you. Congratulations again on your 2-0 victory, and I look forward to seeing you guys here in another week.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Take care, bud.
Cheers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Captain Hen, captain of the DeepFriedMingBalls, coming away with the 2-0 victory. I mean, so much great stuff coming out of that interview there. And I know I was watching chat as we are going through there. First things first, before I ever forget, we did get another two take a drink mans coming in. Actually, 3, 4, no, it was 4, 5. Holy cow, you guys are insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 6 take a drink mans. There was just so much going through my activity feed with all the raids and everything like that. All right, 6 take a drink mans. I got to redeem these. So give me 1 second real quick. All right, here goes 1. There goes 2. I got to get on my second drink here. Here goes 3. Here goes 4. That one went down the wrong pipe. Here's 5. And last things last. All right, there's 6. All you guys, thank you so much for the redemptions. Bonkai, Nexus Gaming Series, Eldon TTV, thank you all so much for the raids coming in. Always appreciate it. Everybody who's here, make sure you go and give support. Drop some follows in Bonkai's channel. That guy's a warrior with the cast this season. He's done so much for the NGS community this weekend. I voted for him as my vote for top caster this season in the caster ballot. So absolutely well deserved. Does a lot of amazing things there. NGS coming in from that channel. I don't know what series they were playing on there tonight, but probably, was it Breadman? I think it was Breadman. So that would be Division or Heroic Division, Nexus Division, something high up there. And then LD on TTV also coming in with the raid. Thank you so much. Make sure you drop over to their channel. I'm going to type them out so you guys can make sure that you can see. Let me get Bonkai. And then L, Dion, TTV. Make sure you drop over there, give some follows to them, give them some love. Thank you all so much for the follows. There's a lot that came in there towards the end. I know Notvella, Taquito came in tonight. Warrior BR just dropped a follow. Thank you much. All the subscriptions at the beginning of the night. You guys were insane with this hype train that started at the beginning of the night with the subscription drops. You guys were absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. Always appreciate it. All subscription money definitely goes towards my child and his future college fund. So all that will go there. Thank you so much for supporting me and supporting him as well. Always a pleasure. I believe, oh, no, wait. I just got another Take a Drink Man from Toast Monster. So let me redeem that. All right, got that one down the hatch. It goes. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for me tonight. I do have another cast coming up. I'm going to be doing a Division B cast on Sunday, I believe it is. Let me double check that to make sure I got the times right. Yes, it will be Sunday night at 7 p.m. I have the Division B Northeast semifinals. It's going to be Yellow Owls going up against amateur opponents. So that's 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's the only match on Sunday. It's going to be a later evening match, but make sure you come out and support. We've got the matches already starting to be scheduled for next week's for the finals. I will definitely be grabbing one of those. So make sure you won't catch me here, unfortunately. You'll be catching me on the NGS main channel for one of those casts. But as far as it's been tonight, thank you all the kind words coming out in the chat. You guys are always a blast. Everybody dropping the support. You know, it's been an absolute pleasure casting you all this season and seeing so many fans come out and support their team. So you guys are absolutely amazing. I think, let me double check my list of streamers, see if I can get anybody coming out. Who's going right now? Jinxie's going. We're going to Jinxie's channel tonight. So let me mute that. We're heading on over to Jinxie Cat's channel. Gonna give her some love. Make sure you said you came from Ice's channel before I send you all over to Jinxie Cat's channel. I'm going to get this last redemption in. Coming in from Kari Starfall. Giving a Take a Drink Man. Gonna make sure I get that one down. So here we go. Last drink. There it is. I'm shutting off the drinks for tonight. I will be casting solo queue later tonight, probably. It'll probably be another hour, and I will be back for As Far Tonight. That's it. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic evening, and I will see you all next time. Have a fantastic evening. Good night, everyone.